good evening, more or less. No, it's 4 o'clock, maybe not too late. I'm really glad to be here together with Bruno Sportisse from Inria. My name is Krüger, and we would like to share some insights on our ongoing collaboration that takes place on multiple levels. Since 2020, Inria and DFKI have signed a cooperation agreement, and on top of this agreement we have built a house, I would say, of research and collaboration and also innovation. Bruno, maybe from your perspective, what is actually the core of this house, of our collaboration?
Thanks, Antonio. Hi, everybody. So that's a pleasure to be here. 6 or 7 months after the AI Action Summit, you were there also. Antonio and some of our colleagues. I see Philippe Chouzalek there in the audience. So that's true that this partnership between DFKI, between your institute and Inria, the French National Research Center for Computer Science and Applied Mathematics, is a strategic partnership for us because Germany and France have so many things to achieve together in order to build this technological digital sovereignty in Europe, for France, for Germany, for our ecosystems of companies. And for more than 5 years, you have said that, Antonio, we have built this partnership on the basis of a shared vision first, on the basis of joint projects, and that is, of course, the most important thing, to have joint projects for smart agriculture, for smart manufacturing, for trustworthy AI in healthcare, for instance. So we have this so-called project factory between the DFKI and Inria. We have a shared governance of this roadmap. And on the basis of that, this is really time to go one step further, I think, Antonio.
Yeah, and I think one important aspect of this collaboration is actually the insight that we both have that in this kind of very dynamic times of AI development, of AI, of building the AI future, there is within Europe, no single institute, no single nation, that can build enough strength and power, innovation power, to basically be highly competitive on a global landscape. And that's why and this was before 22, where we decided that Germany and France and the two very strong AI networks in France and in Germany should basically join forces and go forward. And now, after 5 years, we have excellent networks in France, the AI clusters. We have excellent AI competence centers in Germany. And now it's the time to go one step further, bring those together. And you had this brilliant idea, of bi-national research institute for AI, German and French, that we can use actually to leverage this kind of partnership that we had so far.
Yes, for sure. There is really a French-German ecosystem in AI, and in early November, these networks of AI clusters in France, perhaps that there are 9 AI clusters in France, which are hosted by the key French universities, with their ecosystems of research labs, of companies, of innovative companies. There are these excellence centers, AI excellence centers in Germany, and both networks met in Saarbrücken. That was a very interesting, very sparkling event organized by DFKI and also by Inria as an hosting institution, let's say, because we are in charge of the coordination of the national AI research strategy here in France. And on the basis of these networks, there is really something to leverage. And what we have tried to achieve during these last 5 years with trustworthy partnerships, with results, with European projects as well at the European level, probably these paves the way to a binational center for AI, which could be open to all the partners we have, you in Germany and here in France?
And it's not only about academic excellence and academic research, it's also about societal and economic impact. I think this is something, in particular in AI, where scientific results can particularly quickly be transferred also into application, because often real data is used, large-scale real data is used to do the research, and then of course these can be very easily transferred into applications, and this is also something that we have pursued together. There are a startup studio initiative from India, there are startups initiatives on our side, and we have joined those. We have joined those because, again, while I think in science, the borders are pretty low. We can easily collaborate. When it comes to financing and supporting startups, getting much more difficult in Europe. And again, having this kind of collaboration in a kind of AI ecosystem helps us to tear these borders down, to make it much easier and also transmissible to have startups on both sides, could enter both markets and so on.
And for sure, there is a very promising momentum, because many of us were last week at this French-German summit in Berlin devoted to the digital sovereignty of Europe. That was very impressive to see so many companies, so many French and German companies, so many French and German organizations with a strong interest for AI. And so there is a good momentum. There are other initiatives, for instance, this joint initiative between the Fraunhofer Gesellschaft and Inria, which is open to other partners like you, like the Institut Mines Telecom here in France, under the impulsion of both embassies, the French embassy in Berlin and also the German embassy here in France, and this initiative which is devoted to AI for industry, that is to say, in order to promote the public-private partnerships in AI on the basis of also technological innovation. Okay, this is a result of the AI Action Summit of February. So there are many initiatives, and it's time to leverage.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's good to see, actually, and this summit last week in Berlin has demonstrated this, that actually also on the political level, we have a stronger strategic alignment, which of course helps also us to bring the AI initiative forward, this kind of idea of having joining the ecosystems to put actually technological sovereignty, digital sovereignty actually at its heart. We have joined trusted AI initiatives, for example. This is very important. I think it's really an asset also for the European research landscape and also for the transfer landscape to work on those technologies. Also clever ways, smaller models, that are specialized, for example, that keep data more protected, and especially also in Europe. Those are all topics that we work on. And then, of course, the different application areas. I think this is very promising. And we are also looking for partners. So this is also opportunity, I think, for German, French companies actually to join that initiative. Again, we are strongly convinced that this cannot be done by a single player. The challenges ahead, are big, but we can overcome them. We have enough innovation in Europe. We have enough talent, but we need to work on that, and keep it here.
Yes, and I think, Antonio, that we not only share a vision about, let's say, the kind of AI we need here in Europe, in France, in Germany, for our public policies, for our companies, but also we share, I guess, the vision of the tool we need, because probably if we want to have a stronger impact, we really need a joint roadmap, and not only a lot of calls for proposals. And I guess that this is the results of a 5-year partnership between DFKI and Inria the fact that if we have a shared roadmap, if we have a governance with this roadmap, then we are able to align all our projects in France and in Germany at the European levels, because there are a lot of possible ways in order to achieve what we want, but we need a strategic roadmap, and this is what we are trying to build, you and us.
Of course, and then another important ingredient is agility, so to keep actually the pace, to be fast enough actually to align also to the dynamic AI landscape. And again, this is nothing that a single institute, a single country can do. This is only something that can be done in Europe together. And again, although, of course, here we have a French-German collaboration in the focus, this is just the nucleus, at least in our understanding, for larger European initiatives. Yeah? And in the AI Action Summit this February was impressive in a sense that this was also a signal in Europe, to basically to be confident that this challenge can be met, actually, and that we can work on it. I had the feeling last year, maybe even only a year ago, 12 months ago, the mood was much lower, actually, and people were not so confident. They thought, oh, the race is somehow already lost. But I think this initiative demonstrates that there are many people that don't believe this, that there is a key place for Europe on the global AI map, and this is something that we try to achieve together.
Yes, and I think that to be on stage, 3 minutes, thanks Stefan, that to be on stage is very important. This is not the first time, because each time there is a joint French-German event, we have the opportunity to have a round table, but
we lobby a little bit,
yes,
for the ideas.
But we are still on our learning curve, so to speak. But we can be able to achieve that if we have partners, and you said that, Antonio. So this is very important to be on stage to say to French and German companies, if you are willing to invest into the French-German AI axis, so to speak, don't hesitate to partner with academia, both in Germany and in Europe. And there are some partners, some trustworthy partners that could promote that could increase the impact of what you are trying to do, and we are to the disposal for that.
Absolutely. And I think these were excellent last words. And before the stage hook pulls off from stage, I would like to thank you, Bruno. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the collaboration. Thank you.